हाँ, ऑब्जेक्शन कहाँ लिखते हैं ये? B5 में has raised an objection in as much as petition is not maintainable, seeking quashing of criminal proceedings. Full stop. Nobody is appearing to answer this objection. Therefore, taking office objection into consideration, comma. Therefore, petition is directed to satisfy the office of just ऊपर लिखा था 7 days खत्म करिए. In which petition shall stand dismissed without reference to the court.
Serial 24. रविशंकर यादव.
ऑफिस ऑब्जेक्शन है, इसको मिसलेनियस पिटीशन में दर्ज होगा ये. देखिए, श्री रविशंकर यादव टू सेटिस्फाई द ऑफिस ऑब्जेक्शन. देखिए चलिए, नहीं इसका कर लीजिए. सबमिट्स दैट petition is to be registered as miscellaneous petition in as much as किसका ऑर्डर चैलेंज किया आपने? ऑर्डर ऑफ द रेवेन्यू अथॉरिटीज इज अंडर चैलेंज. ठीक है, फुल स्टॉप. ऑफिस टू एग्जामिन एंड डू द नीडफुल.
Serial number 25. संजीव कुमार सिंह.
I don't pray for Passover.
ये ऑफिस ऑब्जेक्शन तो सेटिस्फाई करिए वहां जाके 7 days में.
सर
इनका नाम डाल के वही ऑफिस ऑब्जेक्शन
मना
सेटिस्फाई. ठीक है ना.
डॉक्टर कम
Serial number 26.
बताइए ऑफिस ऑब्जेक्शन के बारे में क्या.
My lord, in this petition, the orders are challenged which are passed under the provisions of my lord MP my lord, under the act my lord of the MP समाज के कमजोर वर्गों के act. Now thereafter my lord under section 9 the order passed by the appellate authority is the final order. There is no provision for revision. This is not an order passed under the MP LRC my lord.
सेटिस्फाई करिए श्री कौस्तुभ शंकर झा. कोई 7 days में सेटिस्फाई करेंगे. चलिए.
Serial number 27. राजकुमार चतुर्वेदी.
Registry has
कोई 7 days में इनका नाम डालिएगा.
item number 22 is also the same matter.
है?
Item number 22.
22 तो गुजर गया, इसमें कर दीजिएगा 27 में इनका नाम डाल के. चलिए.
Serial number 28. श्री अतुल चौधरी. विजय शुक्ला.
My lord, it has to be finally heard.
तो क्यों लगा रखा मोशन हियरिंग में? देखिएगा पार्टी सबमिट दैट मैटर इज टू बी हर्ड फाइनली.
In my application, this case was listed more. Because I have filed the application for appropriate direction. Because the since yes, yeah.
ये एमपीएफसी वाइंड अप हो गया कि अभी चल रहा है?
ये सर इसमें इनका जो स्टे था वो भी 2010 में वैकेट हो गया. फिजिकल पोजीशन जो वो हमें दे दिया है. I am the bona fide purchaser. I am respondent number 3. But due to pendency of this petition, the FCI has not done the registry in favor.
FCI और एमपीएफसी?
MPFCI.
My lord,
सुनाइए फाइनली सुनाइए.
Yes, sir. Yes.
आप किसके लिए हैं?
Lordship, copy of application is not supplied.
Which application? आप तो फाइनली सुन रहे हैं भाई.
In fact, this application is also is not supplied, but I am ready to argue. I have no objection.
I'm supplied to.
I have no objection. I will argue it on merit.
बताइए.
Well,
या अर्जेंसी नहीं है तो उसको फाइनल हियरिंग में रखते हैं.
my lord, in fact, stay was vacated at that time.
पिटीशन में बचा क्या स्टे वेकेट?
My lord, because I have challenged the sale itself, there is a violation of section 29 and 30.
चलिए सुनेंगे इसको. पिटीशन इज एडमिटेड फॉर फाइनल हियरिंग. List for final hearing as per its seniority in part B of the court list. चलिए.
Any date, any week commencing.
List in the week commencing 21 नवंबर 2022.
Mobilize.
Serial number 29. के त्रिवेदी
लॉर्डशिप
आर के
1 वीक टाइम वर्क में कंपनसेशन का है और डेथ हुई है, तो डेथ में क्या थोड़ा सा देखो उसमें अगर कुछ साइटेशन मिल जाते हैं।
क्या क्या देखना है?
साइटेशन ही देखना था थोड़ा सा।
नहीं है क्या मैटर क्या है?
मैटर ये है कि ड्राइवर था,
हाँ,
ओनर, अब तो उसकी डेथ हुई है, अब कवरेज है या नहीं है वो थोड़ा सा।
तो पॉलिसी में दिया होगा ना।
हाँ,
वीके त्रिवेदी लर्नेड काउंसिल
एक 1 वीक है
इंश्योरेंस कंपनी श्री
Respond number
Sanjay Sarvate for respondent number 1 and 2.
two, only two.
One respond number 2. Shri Trivedi prays for a week's time.
ये फाइनल हियरिंग के लिए रखना
नहीं to go through the
1 वीक टाइम।
हाँ week's time लिखा है,
यस
लिखिएगा। Now list in the week commencing 7th November 2022.
यस।
सीरियल नंबर 30 श्री शंकर कोचर, ये कपिल दुग्गल,
Kishore Srivastava has to appear. I'm requesting for passover.
Pass over.
Your Lordship, senior is adjusted for today, Your Lordships. Respondent number 3, Your Lordship.
कौन है आपके सीनियर?
Your Lordship, Kapil Duggal, sir.
तो कब करेंगे बहस?
Your Lordship, you have to file the you have to take short instructions and you have to file the reply to the amended petition, Your Lordship.
कब हुआ था अमेंडमेंट पिटीशन में? When was petition amended?
Lord, it was filed on 16th of August 2022.
Amendment.
And to my amendment, they had already filed a reply opposing the amendment. That was turned down and the amendment was allowed.
Your Lordship, you have to seek the instructions from the authority, Your Lordships. We'll certainly file the reply to the amendment.
लिखिएगा श्री सिद्धांत कोचर।
जी।
आप सिद्धांत हैं, वो संकल्प है।
जी।
उन्होंने सिद्धांत को पालन करने का संकल्प लिया कि नहीं लिया? चलिए, क्या लिखा? प्रेजेंस डाल दी, लिख लीजिएगा। Shri Siddhant Kochar submits that matter is to be argued by a senior counsel and prays for passover. Next, Shri
Naman Kumar Upadhyay.
Naman Kumar Upadhyay submits that arguing counsel Shri Kapil Duggal is an adjustment. Prays for short adjustment. On his request, list this case in the week commencing 14 November 2022.
I had a lot of something to say, my lord, if the lordship permits me. This matter has been not pending since 2011. The only issue, these two issues are involved, whether the scheme survives. Even if, my lord, the plea of the respondent is accepted that the scheme survives, then under the scheme, my lord, they have to acquire my land, my lord, there is no other option.
जी,
In this case, my lord, a proposal was given, my lord, let us do it, develop it, my lord, jointly. Several, my lord, exchanges have taken place, my lord, finally it could not reach to any settlement, my lord. They were
सुनेंगे
giving
इसको, 2 हफ्ते बाद सुनेंगे इसमें क्या है।
I am only
जब
saying,
11 साल हो गए, 2 हफ्ते में क्या फर्क पड़ जाएगा?
I am not saying
और
that,
मैं तो आपके हाई कोर्ट में 1 ही साल पहले आया हूँ।
I am not asking your lordship to hear it today, my lord.
जी,
I am only saying, my lord, they have taken earlier time, my lord, to file additional counter, my lord. They were given 4 weeks time, my lord. Now 11 weeks have already, my lord, is
लिखिएगा,
gone.
at this stage Shri Kishore Srivastava appears and takes a strong objection to adjournment sought by learned counsel for respondent number 3. He submits that after amendment was allowed, time was sought on behalf of respondent number 3 to file additional counter. Full stop. 11 weeks time has lapsed, no counter is filed. Next para. Let specific instructions be brought on record and case be argued on the next date. It is made clear that under no circumstances the adjournment will be admissible. Full stop. And if adjournment is sought, then court may be constrained to call for the personal presence of Chief Executive Officer, Bhopal Development Authority. Chaliye.
I am deeply obliged, my lord. Will it be possible for my lord to give a fixed date? my lord?
Week commencing कर दिया.
Week coming. Week coming, my lord?
14.
I am deeply obliged.
Obliged, Lordship.
सीरियल नंबर 31 अरविंद कुमार पाठक, सीरियल नंबर 31 श्री अरविंद कुमार पाठक, Shri Shud Pratap Singh.
बताइए जैन साहब।
Also responding, but I represent the respondent.
आप ही से तो अपॉइंटमेंट मांग रहे हैं वो। जी
That minority is not entitled to that.
जी
Your
बताइए।
minority, as per policy, if you have got the 2 acres of land,
जी
then you are entitled to that.
जी
Even if you are having less than 2 acres, by combining the land, the
Club-
person who is
clubbing
having more
was permissible.
now here minority, they 2 persons have applied
जी
combining the land, but the person who is having more than 2 acres,
जी
he has withdrawn his proposal for this person.
कहाँ है वो?
That minority in my reply. That minority would see at page 4 of my reply. This person, this Surendra Sharma,
जी
whose son is the petitioner, was having less than 1 acre land. He combined his proposal with Matuk Lal, who was having more than 2 acres of land. Now Matuk Lal has withdrawn his proposal. So therefore no action was taken.
लिखिए। None for the petitioner.
Lordship, myself intervenes.
जी बताइए।
Lordship, इसमें एक
अलाउ करनी है क्या?
नहीं सर,
तो फिर
मैं विरोध में
किसके लिए आप अपियर हो रहे हैं?
मैं राम गोविंद मंडल के लिए।
राम गोविंद मंडल कहाँ है पार्टी?
उसमें 5.6 और 5.7 पैरा में हम पे एलिगेशन लगाया है।
लगाया होगा। ठीक
जी
है
सर।
ठीक है।
तो मेरा केवल इतना निवेदन है सर कि इन्होंने ये तो जो बताया वो तो ठीक है, इसके बाद भी ये अवैध कब्जा की हुई है।
वो आप उसके लिए जाके दूसरा मुकदमा लगा।
नहीं सर,
That have also filed the order under the public premises act.
वो कोर्ट ने दे दिया है आदेश सर, तो इनको अपील में जाना चाहिए, यहाँ नहीं आना चाहिए। मेरा केवल इतना
भाई उसके लिए तो आई नहीं है
Not
यहाँ। None for the petitioner. This writ petition is filed seeking employment to the petitioner as per his entitlement under the R&R policy of National Coalfield Limited, Singrauli. Full stop. Next part. Shri Grishma Jain, Learned Counsel for respondent number 3 and 4 in his turn submits that petitioner's father, late Shri Surendra Sharma, was having less than 1 acre of land. Full stop. R&R policy provides for one employment on a chunk of 2 acres of land. Full stop. It is submitted that clubbing of land is permissible and thereafter person nominated by such conglomerate is given appointment. Full stop. Shri Surendra Sharma had clubbed his land with one Shri Matuk Lal, resident of village Medholi, district Singrauli, and had sought appointment for his son. Full stop. Thereafter, by annexure R1, Shri Matuk Lal withdrew his consent to club his land with that of Shri Surendra Sharma, and in view of this fact that consent has been withdrawn by one of the partners to the conglomerate, no employment could be given to the petitioner. Full stop. At this stage, next para. At this stage, Shri
R.S.
Tiwari, Learned Counsel submits that counsel for intervener क्या है कि आप किस हैसियत से आ रहे हैं यहाँ पर? पार्टी तो है नहीं, आपने इंटरवेंशन एप्लीकेशन लगाई है क्या?
जी हमने
कहाँ है इंटरवेंशन एप्लीकेशन?
ये आईए नंबर है 608240
608214
डेट है इसका सर 6 मई 2014।
रुक जाइए प्लीज, देखने दीजिए। Shri Tiwari for the interveners in his turn submits that petitioner is in fact encroaching on the premises of NCL, and on this ground also he is not entitled to seek any employment. Next para. Shri Grishma Jain submits that that is not the controversy in the present petition, and in any case competent authority has already passed eviction orders under the provisions of the Public Premises Eviction of Unauthorized Occupants Act 1997. Full stop. In view of such facts, especially the withdrawal of the consent to pool land of the petitioner with that of Matuklal, no indulgence is required in the matter, as after withdrawal of such consent by Shri Matuklal, admittedly, applicant is not a part of a conglomerate having 2 acres or more of land, entitling him to seek employment in terms of the R&R policy of NCL. Thus, no relief can be extended in favor of the petitioner. Petition fails and is dismissed. Tell
Serial number 32, Dinesh Upadhyay. Abhay Pandey, Mr. Raju.
क्या मांग रहे हैं ये राजपूत जी? Pension as per category and areas thereof.
Yes, please.
क्या जवाब है आपका?
In fact, my lord, I am most humble prayer. This is the matter of 2013. So I don't have that file. I will kindly permit me to argue with the
None
file.
for the petitioner, Shri Harshvardhan Singh Rajput, appearing for Union of India, place for short time to go through the file and assess the court. Passover round में करेंगे?
My lord.
Case be taken up in Passover round. Passover करिए.
Because the state is also a party and they have filed their.
ठीक है, पढ़ लीजिए, बता दीजिए. आप भी पढ़ लीजिए मैडम, उसको देख के बताइए.
Yes,
Serial number 33, Ram Subal Chaturvedi. 33.1 Kiran Khandelwal, Viren Kumar Upadhyay.
Lord, these are the matters relating to the notaries, appointment of notaries, if your lordship would recall, my lord. In compliance of your lordship's order, my lord, this is a case, my lord, by which the district judge and the registrar, my lord, could not file their reply. My lord, now the reply is absolutely ready and we are filing it during the course of the day, my lord. The district registrar Hoshangabad is personally present before this court.
He may be present.
My lord.
हमने बोला था कि उनको आने के लिए.
No.
उनको बुलाया था क्या?
My lord, since
क्यों आ गए?
नहीं sir,
And court has not called him. Why he is wasting his time?
my lord, since this is a matter relating to the record of the case, my lord, for our assistance while preparing the reply, his presence
you
was.
have called him, then why you are informing us that he is present in
No,
the court?
I beg your pardon, my lord.
Court has not called him.
Since he was here, my lord, and this was a matter related to the court.
अगर वो कहीं घूमने के लिए पर्यटन पर निकले हुए हैं तो उससे कोर्ट का क्या लेना देना है?
My lord, this is a matter wherein, my lord, we have taken a very serious view of this. Your lordships have noted in the last order sheet, pursuant to which we have also filed the cost, my lord, and the reply is absolutely ready, my lord. We are filing it during the course of the day itself.
Cost जमा हो गई?
जी sir. इसकी the matter relates to the year 2012, my lord.
ठीक है.
This election
Any field, I am not concerned with it.
My lord, this is the receipt which we have by way of a covering memo, my lord. We have already filed in both the cases.
Shri, सबका नाम डाल लीजिएगा. It submits that cost is already deposited. Reply is filed. Reply is going to be filed during the course of the day. Let copy of reply be supplied to respective counsel. Full stop. If they so desire, they may file rejoinder within 2 weeks. List after 2 weeks. In the week commencing at 28 November 2022.
My lord, just to assist your lordships, my lord, if I can say so, my lord, the rules which have to be interpreted in this case are essentially Rule 3 to Rule 7, my lord. Now, my lord, in that Rule 7 particularly provides for the interview board, my lord. Now, this interview board is constituted by the state government. So, my lord, our role is only to scrutinize those applications.
I know that. आपने तो लमसम में उठाकर भेज दिए थे, बाहर से नाम 75 प्राप्त हुए, वही केस है ना ये? और आपने उठाकर भेज दिए, डीजे साहब ने उसमें स्क्रूटनी क्या की, यही तो पूछा है हमने आपसे.
That we will explain.
State will keep the original records
Yes.
ready. So explain that. इंटरव्यू किया था आपने इसमें? मैडम आपसे पूछ रहे हैं, इंटरव्यू हुआ था क्या? उसके इंटरव्यू के नंबर क्या है सब बताइएगा।
यस।
ठीक है। आपको किसी की जरूरत हो तो आपके प्रिंसिपल सेक्रेटरी को बुलवा लें यहाँ पर, वो आपको असिस्ट करेंगे। जरूरत तो नहीं पड़ेगी आपको?
पड़ेगी क्योंकि
पड़ेगी।
प्रिंसिपल सेक्रेटरी
नहीं प्रिंसिपल
पड़ेगी तो
मैं नेक्स्ट
में हमें नहीं मालूम। अगर आप असिस्ट नहीं करेंगी तो मैं आपके प्रिंसिपल सेक्रेटरी को बुलवाऊंगा।
आई विल असिस्ट।
बी प्रिपेयर्ड एंड असिस्ट।
यस मैम।
चलिए बढ़ाइए इसको।
Serial number 30.
this matter is posted for
Week commencing 28th November 2022.
28.
Serial number 34. Vinod Kumar Trivedi, Ashok Kumar Gupta.
लॉर्डशिप अपील कॉमन अवार्ड है, 3 अपीलें हैं और ब्रीच ऑफ केवल फिटनेस है
जी।
उसमें एविडेंस भी लीक किया है कंपनी ने।
किया है? दिखाइएगा रिकॉर्ड।
पर फाइंडिंग हमारे खिलाफ।
पॉलिसी कंडीशन को प्रूव किया है कि किस पॉलिसी कंडीशन का वायलेशन होता है?
पॉलिसी में तो फिटनेस का
नहीं रहता ना,
परमिट रहता है।
कल ही तो दिखाया ये ACJ क्या है ये 2014 का ACJ 2389 मध्य प्रदेश हाईकोर्ट का जजमेंट है। ये 2 दिए थे, लेकिन ये दूसरा वाला मद्रास का था। एक जो 2014 है ये मध्य प्रदेश हाईकोर्ट का था।
नहीं क्या ऑन रजिस्ट्रेशन।
जी नाम मत लीजिए जैसा आपका प्लीज, उससे बड़ा एक गलत इंप्रेशन जाता है। जजमेंट है कोऑर्डिनेट बेंच का, हमारे ऊपर बाइंडिंग है।
केवल उतना ही ग्राउंड है।
तो खत्म करें इनको चारों को।
जी
देखिए खत्म करें फिर इन अपीलों को। लिखिए
3 अपील है।
4 है ना?
Your Lordship, वो serial number 34.2, वो it has been mistakenly been clubbed with along with.
अच्छा लिखिएगा, उसको अलग कर देंगे।
वो
34, 34.1 और 34.3 में लिखिएगा।
उसको भी लॉर्डशिप कनेक्ट कर लें उसको।
किसको?
जो चौथी अपील।
चौथी इसके साथ इनकी
अलग अपील है।
अलग ही अपील है वो।
एनहेंसमेंट की है।
हाँ लेकिन वो अलग केस है।
अलग ही केस है, आपसे संबंधित नहीं है वो।
अच्छा फिर ठीक है।
जी लिखिएगा। These appeals have been filed by the insurance company being aggrieved of award dated 19/6/2019 passed by learned 6th Additional Motor Accident Claims Tribunal Chhatarpur in MACC number
101/15, 144/15,
101/15, 144/15 and 145/16, 144/16 और 145/16
Yes, Lord.
whereby plea of the insurance company in regard to lack of fitness has not been accepted and liability is fastened on the insurance company jointly and severally with the owner driver of the offending vehicle. Next para. Shri Trivedi submits that insurance company had examined
एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव ऑफिसर जयदीप गोस्वामी।
इन 2014 का ACJ शायद चैम्बर में रखा होगा, बुलवा लीजिए, कल ही आया था 2389 बुलवा।
अवार्ड के लॉर्डशिप पैरा 33 में दिया है।
इनकी एविडेंस ही पढ़ लेते।
जी जयदीप गोस्वामी पढ़।
एक मिनट प्लीज, वहां तक पहुंच जाऊं फिर। यस, had examined Shri Jaideep Goswami, Administrative Officer, United India Insurance Company Limited, Chhatarpur, to prove that Bolero vehicle bearing registration MP10T0645 was insured from 8/11/2014 to 7/11/2015 and name of the insured is Sayyid Ashfaq Ali. Full stop. It is he further deposed that vehicle in question is a commercial vehicle which met with an accident on 27/12/2014 on Panna Chhatarpur Road, full stop. Next paragraph. He further deposed in his examination in chief affidavit that vehicle on the date of accident was driven without fitness, full stop. Next paragraph. In cross-examination, it is submitted that full stop. Thus, it is submitted that factum of non-availability of fitness was proved by Shri Jaideep Goswami, and therefore there was no reason for the learned tribunal to have disbelieved his evidence and still jointly and severally hold insurance company liable to pay the compensation. Next paragraph. Learned counsel for the claimants, on the other hand, submits that in cross-examination, Shri Jaideep Goswami has admitted that there is no mention of any term in the policy that in absence of fitness, it will be violation of the contract of insurance. Full stop. It is also submitted that neither any person from the concerned office of RTO was examined to prove lack of fitness, nor any other competent person was examined. Thus, insurance company failed to discharge its burden. Next paragraph. Reliance is placed on the judgment of coordinate bench of this High Court in Oriental Insurance Company Limited versus Manoj and others, reported in 2014 ACJ 2389, wherein Honorable Coordinate Bench has held that insurance company, when disputes its liability on the ground that there was violation of terms and conditions of policy, as the offending vehicle was being plied without fitness certificate, then insurance company is required to specify the terms of the policy showing the necessity of fitness certificate and also prove violation of conditions stipulated under section 149 of the Motor Vehicle Act, full stop. It is held that non-establishment of such violation of either the terms and conditions of the policy or of any statutory provision will not entitle the insurance company to seek exemption from liability. Full stop. Next paragraph. After hearing learned counsel for the parties and going through the record and taking into consideration the law laid down by Coordinate Bench of this court in Oriental Insurance Company Limited versus Manoj and others Supra, so also evidence of Shri Jaideep Goswami, administrative officer of the insurance company, it is evident that the insurance company failed to discharge its burden by showing violation of any specific terms and conditions of the policy and also the policy, full stop. Thus, impugned award cannot be, when tested in the light of the law laid down by a coordinate bench in Oriental Insurance Company Supra, cannot be faulted with appeals fail and are dismissed.
Lords, it's common. Common
order तीनों में.
My lord, may I request item number 33 में week commencing 28/11 मिली है हमारा. 23 से 30 तारीख से 1 तारीख तक आरोपी काउंसिल है नहीं.
सामने वाले वकील साहब को बुला लाइए.
लॉर्डशिप इन आइटम नंबर
28 की जगह उसको कर दीजिए, उनको बुला लीजिए मिस्टर सेठ को, उनको बता दीजिएगा वीक कमेंसिंग 5 दिसंबर कर दीजिएगा.
लॉर्डशिप इन आइटम नंबर 34.2 नोटिसेस में काइंडली भी इशू
notice 34.2 issue notice call for the record.
लॉर्डशिप आई एम सॉरी बट लॉर्डशिप ऑन सबमिशन लॉर्डशिप 31 नंबर आपने सुन के मेरिट पे ऑर्डर कर दिया था। आप हमको सुन लीजिए साहब, वो ऑर्डर में हमको कोई रिकॉल नहीं चाहिए, आप हमको सुन लीजिए पास ओवर का।
आपका नाम डाल दीजिएगा लेटर ऑन करके। चलिए
लॉर्डशिप कम से कम हमारी
इनका प्रेजेंस डाल दीजिएगा, छोड़िए लेटर ऑन मत करिए, प्रेजेंस डाल दीजिए।
सीरियल नंबर 35 यशोक कुमार गुप्ता, राकेश जैन।
Let's say file an application for amendment and amount has been reduced, but court fees has not been paid most probably. Court fees has not been paid.
इन्होंने कोर्ट फीस नहीं दी है।
2 लाख की अपील की वैल्यू की है, कोर्ट फीस दी ना। There is already order on 30/3/22।
खारिज कर देते हैं अपील। 84 जी कब तक चलेगा ये?
और इसमें हमारा निवेदन ये है कि हमारी अपील एनहांसमेंट की नहीं है।
काय की है?
एनहांसमेंट की अपील में कोर्ट फीस लगना होता है।
आप काय की अपील है आपकी?
अपील हमारी इस बात की है जो फुल लाइबिलिटी के ऊपर है। जो इन लोगों ने लाइबिलिटी केवल 2 लाख की मानी है।
किसकी?
बीमा कंपनी की।
हाँ,
तो लाइबिलिटी ऑनर ऑफ द व्हीकल डाइड,
तो उसका जो पीए जो होगा उतना ही कवर आएगा।
वैसे भी यदि 2 लाख में जो कोर्ट फीस भी दे देंगे तब भी डिसमिस होगी। 2 लाख ऑलरेडी अवॉर्डेड है,
वैसे डिसमिस हो जाएगी।
वैसे
कोर्ट फीस तो इसलिए नहीं दी क्योंकि एनहांसमेंट की हमारी अपील नहीं है।
हाँ ठीक है, बहुत बढ़िया किया।
और
बीमा कंपनी आप इतना बता दीजिए, लॉ बता दीजिए कि जब एक्सीडेंट होता है, ड्राइवर की स्वयं की मृत्यु हो जाती है और पीए जो है वो 2 लाख का है, तो उसके ऊपर बीमा कंपनी की लायबिलिटी आएगी।
ऑनर।
हाँ बताइए।
और इनने एविडेंस में कहीं अतिरिक्त हमसे अमाउंट की डिमांड नहीं की है कि एक्स्ट्रा प्रीमियम आप दीजिए, ना भी
पॉलिसी आप लेने जाते हैं वो देने नहीं आते आपके घर में,
और एक्सीडेंट के बाद में हम डिमांड करेंगे।
नहीं,
चौरसिया जी ऐसे पेडेस्ट्रियन बहस मत करिए, आप पर्याप्त सीनियोरिटी हासिल कर चुके हैं।
पैरा नंबर 26 में ट्रायल कोर्ट ने डिस्कस किया है।
क्या डिस्कस किया बताइए। पढ़िए पैरा 26 पढ़िए।
20 नंबर में।
अभी आप 26 बोल रहे थे।
नहीं, 20 नंबर में 7,59,700 रुपए प्राप्त करने के अधिकारी हो।
हाँ फिर
तो हम छपा या फार्म है, जो भी इनने प्रीमियम मांगा वो प्रीमियम हमने जमा किया है। इनने कोई ऐसी एविडेंस नहीं लाए कि हमने कम प्रीमियम जमा किया है।
ठीक है, और कुछ कहना है? पॉलिसी तो मिली थी ना आपको, पढ़ी होगी ना आपने। इतनी पेडेस्ट्रियन बहस करते हैं आप, लगता ही नहीं कि वकील बहस कर रहे हैं।
Para 25.
Next, this appeal is filed by the claimants being aggrieved of अवार्ड तो पूरा 7 लाख किया होगा, लाइबिलिटी आपकी 2 लाख रिस्ट्रिक्ट की होगी, बाकी ओनर से रिसीव करेंगे, यही हुआ है ना।
ओनर स्वयं थे।
हाँ ठीक है, तो क्या कर सकते।
वैसे सुप्रीम कोर्ट के जजमेंट के हिसाब से मेंटेनेबल हो गया, अन्यथा तो क्लेम पिटीशन ही मेंटेनेबल नहीं 166 में ऑनर की।
चलिए, अब तो आपकी तो अपील नहीं है।
नहीं है,
अभी तो सिर्फ इतना क्या
पैरा 25 में दिया हुआ है कि 2 लाख की लायबिलिटी।
एग्रीमेंट ऑफ अवार्ड डेटेड 19 फरवरी 2019 passed by learned 5th Motor Accident Claims Tribunal भोपाल in MCC number 1323/2018 on the ground that though the accident coverage of owner driver in the policy was restricted to a sum of rupees 2 lakhs, but on account of death of owner driver of the vehicle, comma, tribunal should have awarded higher amount as per the entitlement and the law discussed in para 20, that is the judgment of Supreme Court in case of National Insurance Company Limited versus Pranay Sethi, instead of restricting the claim amount to rupees 2 lakhs. Full stop. Next para. Shri Chaurasia submits that whatever premium was demanded was paid and therefore claimants are not at fault. Next pair. Shri Rakesh Jain, learned counsel for insurance company, in his turn has placed reliance on a judgment of Supreme Court in National Insurance Company Limited versus Asha Lata Bhaumik and others, 2018 ACJ 2825, wherein it is held that in case of death of owner insured when the vehicle he was driving met with an accident and no other vehicle was involved, then legal representatives of the deceased that is the claimants cannot maintain a claim for death of owner insured. But since vehicle was insured and premium was paid for personal accident cover of owner cum driver up to rupees 2 lakhs, insurance company was directed to pay rupees 2 lakhs for personal accident cover of owner insured. Full stop. Next para. After hearing learned counsel for the parties and going through the award, so also taking into consideration legal position as is described by Honorable Supreme Court in as laid down by Supreme Court in National Insurance Company Limited versus Asha Lata Bhaumik and others, arguments put forth by Shri Ashok Chaurasia are bereft of merits. Full stop. It is not in dispute that policy was issued by the insurance company. Full stop. As per the proposal form. Full stop. Deceased was in possession of the policy and was aware of the terms and conditions of the policy. He cannot claim, claimants cannot claim anything more than what is the extent of contractual liability of the insurance company. Thus, I am of the opinion that there is no illegality or shortcoming in the impugned award calling for interference, especially when it is tested in the light of the judgment of Supreme Court in Asha Lata Bhaumik Supra. Appeal fails and is dismissed.
Serial number 36, Sri Kapil Parbharan, Sri Piyush Jain.
क्या हुआ इसमें?
इंजुरी मैटर
Injury matter.
25,000 has been awarded.
क्या इंजरी है?
Injury your lordship, MLC के अकॉर्डिंग राइट क्लेविकल में फ्रैक्चर है your lordship.
किस तारीख का एक्सीडेंट है? 2020 का.
2020.
तो 2018 के अमेंडमेंट के बाद में कितना मिलेगा इनको फ्रैक्चर का? ग्रीवियस इंजरी हो गई 2.5 लाख रुपए मिलेगा.
एक्चुअल में ट्रिब्यूनल में कहीं वो फ्रैक्चर वगैरह का डिस्कशन नहीं हो पाया. एमएलसी में लिखा है.
एमएलसी में लिखा है तो उसी को मान लेंगे.
नहीं एमएलसी में सिर्फ
अमेंडमेंट लागू हो गया.
नहीं मिलेगा सिर्फ एमएलसी लिखा है, इसलिए जो रीजनेबल अमाउंट बिल्कुल मिलना चाहिए.
2.5 लाख रुपए कहा है ना अमेंडमेंट के बाद. तो आज सुबह ही पढ़ रहा था अमेंडमेंट जो 2018 में आ गया. ग्रीवियस इंजरी, फ्रैक्चर इज अ ग्रीवियस इंजरी.
अभी उसमें रिकॉर्ड भी नहीं है शायद जो इंजरी है.
जरूरत कहाँ है उसके रिकॉर्ड की?
सर इसमें अभी फ्रैक्चर
तो इतना लिखा के फिर बढ़ा देता हूँ रिकॉर्ड के लिए कि अमेंडमेंट के बाद 2.5 लाख रुपए की पात्रता आ जाती है. 338 लगेगा ना जहाँ फ्रैक्चर होगा.
और इनका जो भी है
क्या करें? कानून निर्माताओं ने ऐसा कानून बनाया है, वो बाइंडिंग है हमारे ऊपर. अनलेस यू चैलेंज इट एंड गेट इट. जी
लॉर्डशिप अपील हमारी 1 लाख की है, सो अकॉर्डिंगली व्हाटएवर योर लॉर्डशिप डीम्स फिट.
कहाँ का फ्रैक्चर है बताइए?
राइट क्लेविकल बोन योर लॉर्डशिप.
राइट क्लेविकल बोन. ठीक है, बढ़ा देते हैं इसको थोड़ा बहुत. श्री
अक्षत शर्मा.
Akshat Sharma, learned counsel for the appellant. Shri Rakesh Jain, learned counsel for respondent number 3. Shri Falgun Yadav for respondent number 1 and 2.
Only 2.
Respondent number 2. Next para. This appeal is filed by the claimant being aggrieved of award dated 21/4/2022. seeking compensation enhancement. नहीं sorry 22 in MSCT number 402/2020 by fifth additional member motor accident claims tribunal Mandla, awarding only a sum of rupees 25,000. Next para. Shri Akshat Sharma submits that accident took place on
7th
February 2020 at about 11 a.m. when dumper bearing registration number MP20 HB5631 being driven rashly and negligently by the driver Mangal Singh had hit the claimant, causing fracture of clavicle bone. Full stop. It is submitted that tribunal has awarded only a sum of rupees 25,000, overlooking MLC, which makes a mention of fracture of right clavicle bone. Full stop. Next para. Taking these facts into consideration, it is submitted that claim amount be enhanced suitably. Next para. It is evident that tribunal has awarded only a sum of rupees 7,000 under the head of physical and mental agony. Full stop. In case of a fracture, this court has been consistently awarding a sum of rupees 25,000. Thus, there will be addition of rupees 18,000 under the head of pain and suffering. Full stop. Next paragraph. Accident took place in February 2020. Full stop. Minimum wages even for an unskilled laborer were to the tune of rupees
7,375. 7,375.
7,950. वकील साहब मैं आपको कुछ ज्यादा देना चाहता हूँ. 7,950 or say 8,000 rupees, and therefore under the head of loss of income for a period of 2 months, which is usual time for healing of a clavicle fracture, sum of rupees 16,000 will be admissible against a sum of rupees 11,000 awarded by learned claims tribunal. Thus, there will be addition of rupees 5,000 under the head of loss of income. Next para. No amount has been awarded under the head of attendant and transport. Full stop. Therefore, a sum of rupees 7,000 under the head of attendant at the rate of rupees 3,500 per month for a period of 2 months, and another sum of rupees 5,000 under the head of transport is awarded in favor of the claimant. Full stop. Another sum of rupees 10,000 is also awarded under the head of physiotherapy and future treatment. Thus, there will be enhancement to the tune of 45,000 to which claimants will be entitled to in addition to the amounts awarded by learned claims tribunal. This additional amount will also earn interest at the rate of कितना दिलाया?
7.5%.
7.5% from the date of filing of the claim petition. इससे ज्यादा में तो आप लोक अदालत में सेटल कर लेते हैं.
क्लिनिकल फ्रैक्चर हमको भी हुआ था 3 दिन रेस्ट.
ठीक चलिए.
नंबर 37 श्री राजमणि मिश्रा, श्री नीरज दुबे.
This matters, Your Lordship, they are giving me a copy of the reply. The main contested is
Shri Rajmani Mishra submits that today only he has received copy of reply. He prays for short time to go through the reply and
file a rejoinder.
File rejoinder. On his request, list this case after 2 weeks.
Well, there is one more matter of the same nature, same parties. That is item number 129.
129 may be same order.
Same order.
It may be linked along with that.
That
and both the cases be linked together.
IRB continue.
IR if any to continue. List in the week commencing 14 November 2022.
Serial number 38 Akash Chaudhary.
Minute says an IA. This is IA number 13295 of 22 for amendment in cost title. The correct address of respondent number 1 is sought to be added, and party, my lord, the concerned ministry is sought to be added as respondent
Aditya
3.
Narayan Shukla heard on IA 13295 of 2022. Full stop. Application for amendment is not opposed by Shri Harshvardhan Singh Rajput. Same is allowed. Let necessary correction be carried out during the course of the day. Full stop. Shri Rajput waives notice for the newly added party. He may file his return within 4 weeks.
4 weeks.
List after 4 weeks.
Serial number 39. Ravindranath Chaturvedi.
Lordship, the matter is listed in default of PF, Lordship. On the last day notice that we received, Lordship, but PF could not be
There is
paid.
delay of 20 days in paying the PF.
Lordship.
The delay is condoned. PF दे चुके हैं.
Lordship, PF is already.
Now notices be issued to the respondents. चलिए.
Lordship.
Serial number 40. Anshuman Singh.
With my lord's permission. Lords, by an order of 25/6/2002, my name was mutated in the revenue records, against which in 2021 an appeal was filed. That appeal has been allowed by the impugned order, and the application under section 5 has been allowed only by 2-line order, saying that for
Issue
reasons
notice to the respondents on payment of PF by registered AD post within 7 days, returnable 4 weeks. As an interim measure, it is directed that parties shall maintain a status quo as it exists today in regard to the suit land.
I'm obliged. May I pray for certified court?
CCS.
Serial number 41. Sri Jai Govind Prasad Tiwari.
Issue notice on none करके लिखिएगा. Issue notice on IA 12331 of 2022. Application seeking condonation of delay. वो पूरा लिख लीजिएगा. तरुण जी, है ना? Call for the record. चलिए.
Serial number 42. Sri Sharad Gupta.
None. Issue notice. Call for the record.
Serial number 43. Serial number 43. Sri Sushil Kumar Tiwari.
None. So issue notice. Call for the record.
Serial number 44. Sri Atmaram Lathera.
ये बताइए.
Lordship, in challenge and order dated Lordship 17 अगस्त 2000 Lordship annexure A1 Lordship एक्स पार्टी डिक्री डाइवोर्स डिक्री पारित हुई थी, उसे सेटिस्फाइड करने के लिए उन्होंने एप्लीकेशन फाइल की लगभग 1.5 years डिले, और डिले के संबंध में कोई भी एप्लीकेशन नहीं एफिडेविट लॉर्डशिप.
इशू नोटिस टू द रिस्पोंडेंट्स. ये मिसलेनियस अपील होगी कि फर्स्ट अपील होगी?
लॉर्डशिप 913 के अगेंस्ट मिसलेनियस अपील.
913 है. इशू नोटिस टू द रिस्पोंडेंट on payment of PF by registered AD post within 7 days, returnable 4 weeks. In the meanwhile, call for the record regarding the original divorce suit as well as record pertaining to miscellaneous proceedings under Order 9, Rule 13.
Serial number 45. Nitin Kumar Gupta.
Issue notice, call for the record.
Serial number 46. Shri Bhupen Kumar Shukla.
Or same issue notice, call for record.
Serial number 47. Shri Vijay Kumar Srivastav.
क्या मैटर है?
Your Lordship, I kindly see the body of the petition and the prayer claimed in this petition. It is deemed to be a public interest litigation. They have alleged that some scam of rupees 500 crores in the agriculture department and claim and prayed for relief.
So he can make a complaint to the Union of India through Director Enforcement. डायरेक्टर एनफोर्समेंट क्यों? तो चीफ विजिलेंस ऑफिसर को कंप्लेंट करें, लोकायुक्त को कंप्लेंट करें, मतलब इसका मैटर है.
किसी को नहीं किया.
देखिएगा. None for the petitioner. This petition is filed by the petitioner who claims himself to be retired nodal officer of Agriculture Department who was posted in Katni, seeking a relief to conduct to to issue appropriate writ or order for maintaining the check and balance over the responsible respondents involved in the matter relating to huge embezzlement of rupees 500 crores in the office of Deputy Director Agriculture, Katni. Full stop. Next para. Shri Harshvardhan Singh Rajput and Shri Learned Counsel for respondent number 1 and 2. 1 and 2 hai, he said 1.
1 only.
1. Shri Vijay Kumar Shukla, panel lawyer for respondent number 2 and 3, submits that if petitioner has any grievance, he can bring this issue to the notice of Honorable Lokayuk, who is equipped to conduct an inquiry in the matter of financial irregularities and take suitable action. Full stop. It is submitted that petitioner has directly approached this court and has not exhausted any remedy of even making a representation to the concerned authorities. Full stop. It is further submitted that enforcement officer, Union of India, is not having a direct jurisdiction, and this matter will fall within the purview of either a special police establishment or EOW, Economic Offences Wing of the state of Madhya Pradesh, to whom petitioner can approach. Full stop. This next para, this submission made by Shri Harshvardhan Singh Rajput and Shri Vijay Kumar Shukla jointly appears to be just and correct. It appears to be a publicity motivated litigation rather than a petition seeking serious directions in the matter. Full stop. Petitioner has even not implemented responsible officers as a party in their individual capacity. Full stop. Therefore, this petition can be disposed of with liberty to the petitioner that in case he has some material to substantiate the allegations, he may file a complaint either before the Special Police Establishment, Madhya Pradesh, or before the EOW.
Yes.
Who shall cause an inquiry? Who shall, if comes to a conclusion that there exists a prima facie material, may conduct an inquiry and inquire into the matter in their own discretion. Full stop. And in case they come to a conclusion that inquiry is not warranted, then that speaking order shall be communicated to the petitioner within some reasonable time, say 3 months of the date of receiving a representation.
Serial number 48, Himanshu Mishra, Sanjay Kumar Patel.
This is the same matter wherein the Rashid fees is being levied against me. वाला ना
तो ऑर्डर कर दिया था ना?
जी कर दिया.
कहाँ है ऑर्डर?
ये
इसी में ऑर्डर कर दीजिए. मच देरी.
Serial number 49, Om Shankar Pandey.
Let's just prepare kindly next week time. Let's.
क्या हो गया?
इसमें मेन काउंसिल लर्ड्स चंद पांडे उनका एक्सीडेंट हो गया था नहीं यहाँ पे.
Shri Ram Bihari Gautam submits that arguing counsel Shri Om Shankar Pandey has met with an accident and is not available today. Full stop. Taking these facts into consideration, on request of Shri Ram Bihari Gautam, case is adjourned. List after 2 weeks.
अंचन पांडे का हुआ लड़ से अंचन पांडे का उनको
अच्छा अंचन पांडे लिख लीजिएगा. ओम प्रकाश ने अंचन पांडे लिख. List after 2 weeks.
Serial number 50, Atul Singh Bharadwaj.
in excerpt P7, page number 21, that is under challenge in the petition law.
Page 20,
21.
20 क्या है बताइए.
Petitioner has preferred an application before the Commissioner, State Information Commission, whereby he has rejected the application, saying that the information sought by the petitioner falls under Section 8 of Right to Information.
संकलित करके जानकारी नहीं दी जा सकती. क्या गलत है इसमें?
नहीं, इसमें है there are judgments, lordship.
क्या लीजिए जजमेंट दीजिए.
I have to file those documents.
तो फिर क्यों खड़े हो गए आप आज? कितने साल से वकालत कर रहे हैं आप?
1 month हुआ लॉर्ड. 1 month.
1 महीना हुआ है. चलिए फिर सब माफ है आपके लिए.
मैं फाइल कर देता हूँ जजमेंट्स एंड लॉर्डशिप.
कितने दिन में फाइल करेंगे?
आज कर देता हूँ.
देखिएगा. श्री आपका शुभ नाम बताइए.
अतुल सिंह भारद्वाज.
अतुल सिंह भारद्वाज submits that he is new to bar. He is practicing only for 1 month. He prays for time to file some judgments to show that the bar provided under Section 8(1)(j), which of the Right to Information Act 2005, which prohibits supply of such information which is to be complied with, which is to be compiled and compiled, not complied, compiled and supplied, is not available to the facts of the present case. Full stop. Next paragraph. He prays for time to bring judgments on the subject. On his request, 2 weeks' time is granted to do the needful list after 2 weeks.
Serial number 51, Vijay Kumar Srivastava.
This petition for direction to the respondent authority issue the new passport by mentioning the actual new passport. By mentioning the actual date of birth, 17/6/1994. By clerical mistake, kindly see the page number. Yes, you consider it and decide.
My most humble prayer. Kindly see page 17. इन्हीं का डेट ऑफ बर्थ है. ये 14/6/94 दिया हुआ है. एंड एक्चुअल डेट जो इनका कहना है कि 17/6/94 है. And kindly see their
करेक्ट नहीं होगा तब तक कैसे हो जाएगा?
No, my humble prayer. Kindly see their application. Page 29 is there.
Page 20.
My 29.
29.
Because now the processor is totally online, your lordship.
एक सेकंड.
In fact, they in fact is resident of.
जी जी. तो फिर जन्म प्रमाण पत्र 14/6 का क्यों इशू करवा लिया?
ड्यू टू क्लरिकल मिस्टेक नगर निगम भोपाल है इशू दिस.
तो आप उसको जाकर उसको करेक्ट करवाइए.
काइंडली सी ये है ओरिजिनल. काइंडली सी द पेज नंबर 26.
पेज 26 बताइए.
पेज 26. हाँ. डेट ऑफ बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट इशूड फ्रॉम द अथॉरिटी नगर निगम एंड करेक्ट डेट ऑफ बर्थ 17/6/1994.
किस तारीख को इशू हुआ है
ये सर हुआ है इशू
20/12 को. तो उन्होंने इसके सर्टिफिकेट को P1 को कैंसिल किया क्या? आपने पासपोर्ट कब बनवाया था?
पासपोर्ट ड्यूरिंग माय चाइल्डहुड.
किस तारीख को बनवाया बताइए.
जब मैं छोटी
थी. कब थी? पासपोर्ट की कॉपी होगी आपके पास?
सबमिट आइए सबमिट. 2/3/2011.
2/3/2011 को बनवाया.
पेज नंबर सी काइंडली 23.
पेज 23.
23.
तो ये दो सर्टिफिकेट कैसे इशू होगा आपके?
सर वहीं से क्लरिकल मिस्टेक में हुआ है.
अरे भाई पहले आपने इस आधार पर अपना एक पासपोर्ट बनवा लिया.
नहीं सर क्या हुआ कि फर्स्ट आई ऑब्टेन द बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट फ्रॉम दी नगर निगम भोपाल. They by the clerical mistake they mentioned 14/6/94. I submitted this certificate before the passport authority and they issued the passport on 2/3/2011 by mentioning the date of birth 14/6/94. My actual date of birth
17/6/1994. It can be considered. My only prayer is that because now online submission of application is provided, instead of filing this postal application, they may file an application.
Online application जिसको आप consider करेंगे.
It will be in accordance with your lordship.
Vijay Kumar Shukla, learned counsel for the petitioner. Vijay Srivastava, learned counsel for the petitioner. Petitioner's only grievance is that due to clerical error committed by municipal authorities of the Municipal Corporation Bhopal. Her date of birth was wrongly mentioned as 14/6/1994, whereas in all her educational certificates, her date of birth is 17/6/1994. Full stop. When petitioner was a child, she obtained a passport bearing number J30400000, which was valid from 2/3/2011 to 1/3/2021. Full stop. Copy enclosed as Annexure P5. It is submitted that thereafter she has made an application contained in Annexure P10 for correction of her date of birth, but no action is taken by the authorized officer, Passport Office, ISBT, Habibganj, Bhopal. Next para. Shri Harshvardhan Singh Rajput, Learned Counsel for Union of India, in his turn submits that now all the applications are made online, and if petitioner files online application along with supporting documents, including the educational certificates and subsequent date of birth certificate issued by the competent authority on 20/6/2012 as contained in Annexure P7, then authorities will show indulgence and shall decide petitioner's case on its own merits. Next para. In view of such facts, petitioner's counsel is in agreement that he will advise the petitioner to file an online application, and if such online application is filed within 15 days from today, then such intimation will be furnished by the council personally to Shri Harshvardhan Singh Rajput, who shall take up the matter with the respondent number 2 to decide the application on its own merits within some reasonable time. With the aforesaid observation, petition is disposed of.
Leader number 52. पेटिया
आप केन पेटी हैं?
यस, गढ़ी साहब की तरफ से।
अच्छा, बताइए बताइए।
My lord, petitioner is an in charge principal of Government High School, Bichwa, Patni. The incident took place on 9th of September. About 10:41, students were making prayers and school prayer, and assembly was going on, making trespass. A person claiming himself a reporter of media forcibly entered in the school, claiming himself journalist, started taking photograph. The objection was raised by teacher and teenager girls. And immediately after that, the petitioner also made complaint to police chowki.
Where is the complaint?
Jurisdiction and also district education officer.
कहाँ है वो complaint की copy आपकी?
Yeah. It is on 4th, P4. P4.
P4 page number
23.
P3 और
भी आप P4 बोल रहे थे, P3 बोल रहे हैं क्या?
P3 and P4.
जी P3 क्या है, पढ़िए। पढ़िए P3 पढ़िए।
जिलाधीश अधिकारी महोदय, कार्यालय कटनी, श्यामलाल राजा चौधरी द्वारा अराजकता एवं व्यवधान किए जाने पर विषय। उपरोक्त विषयांतर्गत लेख है कि विद्यालय हाई स्कूल बिछवा में दिनांक 9 सितंबर 9/9/22 को राजा और श्यामलाल द्वारा छात्र छात्राओं के कार्य में एवं विद्यालय की राष्ट्रीय गीत ये व्यवधान पैदा किया गया।
इसकी पावती कहाँ है जिला शिक्षा अधिकारी की? Where is the acknowledgement from the office of district education officer?
जिला शिक्षा अधिकारी द्वारा इनको भी
P3, अरे P3 में acknowledgement कहाँ है भाई?
एक पेज पहले
है?
एक पेज नंबर 20 में ऊपर सील है।
किसकी सील है? पढ़िए तो वकील साहब।
वो
आप भी सरकारी वकील जैसा पढ़ रहे हैं।
नहीं,
साथ की हाई स्कूल की है वो, जिला शिक्षा अधिकारी की नहीं है वो। कहाँ है ये पत्र की पावती?
District DO has also written a letter to DSP sir.
तो कब लिखा है बताइए, वो पढ़िए।
16th on 16 sir.
पेज नंबर
23.
पेज नंबर 23 पढ़िए। क्या लिखा है उसमें?
पुलिस अधीक्षक जिला कटनी विषय श्यामलाल चौधरी द्वारा विद्यालय में का फैलाए जाने बाबत।
फिर क्या हुआ उसके बाद?
उपरोक्त विषय अंतर्गत अभी तक इसका इन्होंने कोई रिप्लाई नहीं दिया।
क्या रिप्लाई? क्या हाईकोर्ट रिप्लाई
नहीं किया है?
आप जाके प्राइवेट कंप्लेंट फाइल करिए। अगर आपकी बच्चियों का या आपके स्कूल का कोई प्राइवेसी का इशू हुआ है और एसपी कंप्लेंट नहीं कर रहा है, पढ़िए तो। आपने साखरी वसू का जजमेंट पढ़ा है? आपने साखरी वसू का जजमेंट पढ़ा है? प्लीज जवाब दीजिए हाँ या ना। जी, कब से वकालत कर रहे हैं आप?
अभी 1 महीना हुआ।
आपकी उम्र को तो देख के लगता नहीं आपके रिटायर्ड एम्प्लॉई है कहीं के।
आई एम रिटायर्ड सुपरिटेंडिंग इंजीनियर फ्रॉम मध्य प्रदेश पावर जनरेटिंग कंपनी लिमिटेड।
इसीलिए दिक्कत होती है कि आप लोग रिटायर होके आ जाते हैं, कानून पढ़ते नहीं है। जो वकील 40 साल से यहाँ मेहनत कर रहे हैं, मगजमारी कर रहे हैं, वो अपीयर नहीं होना चाहते। नहीं, प्लीज आई विल नॉट परमिट यू। प्लीज आप बैठ जाइए। आपने कानून पढ़ा है? साखरी वसू का जजमेंट पढ़ा है नहीं पढ़ा है? इट्स अ लीडिंग जजमेंट ऑफ सुप्रीम कोर्ट। तो प्लीज रीड इट। ठीक है, लिखिएगा। श्री, आपका शुभ नाम बताइए।
नरेश पाराशर।
श्री नरेश पाराशर, लर्नेड काउंसिल फॉर द पिटिशनर। श्री रोहित जैन, लर्नेड गवर्नमेंट एडवोकेट फॉर स्टेट। नेक्स्ट, दिस रिट पिटिशन इज फाइल्ड बाय वन Shashi Kapoor Gautam, claiming himself to be in charge principal of Government High School Bichua, Tehsil and District Katni, in regard to some violation of privacy and unauthorized entry of private respondent. किसको पार्टी बनाया? कौन आया था आपके कैंपस में?
राजा चौधरी।
राजा चौधरी को कहाँ पार्टी बनाया आपने? राजा चौधरी को कहाँ? अरे वकील साहब प्लीज।
पिटिशनर
राजा चौधरी
नंबर 7,
रिस्पोंडेंट नंबर 7 राजा चौधरी है।
या
अच्छा, क्या लिखा? ऑफ रिस्पोंडेंट नंबर राजा चौधरी, रिस्पोंडेंट नंबर 7 in the school premises and thereafter taking of photographs of girl students and thereafter threatening the petitioner with action against the provisions of the Atrocities Act. Full stop. It is submitted that police has not taken any action on the complaint which was initially made by the petitioner to the district education officer and subsequently to the superintendent of police Katni, along with endorsement of the district education officer. Next paragraph. Shri Rohit Jain, learned government advocate, in his turn submits that petitioner has an alternative remedy as provided by Honorable Supreme Court in case of Sakri Vasu. देख लीजिएगा 2008। हाँ दे दीजिए। If SP is not taking cognizance of the illegal acts and if they amounts to commission of a cognizable offence, then petitioner has a remedy of either filing a private complaint and should not have approached this High Court directly. Full stop. Taking these facts into consideration and also another aspect which is evident from page 22 of the petition, that one case has been filed by the private respondent registering case crime number 10 of 2022 against the present petitioner under section 294, 323, 506 IPC and section 31R and 31S of SC/ST Prevention of Atrocities Act, it appears that this petition is reactionary rather than having any intent to take action to preserve the privacy of the girl students of the school. Full stop. Therefore, without commenting on merits, this petition can be disposed of with the direction that in case petitioner is aggrieved of the inaction of the police, inaction on the part of the police authorities, he may approach the concerned court in terms of the directions given by Honorable Supreme Court in case of Sakri Vasu. Chaliye.
Serial number 53, Girish Kumar Srivastav.
My lord, this petitioner is tenant of respondent number 5, a trust, registered public trust, lordship. Earlier, lordship, this respondent number 3 and 4 initiated some action against the tenants of the trust, lordship, and the matter came before this honorable court, and in first appeal, it has been ordered that the proceeding of district judge has been stayed.
And साथी लगा देते हैं वहां पर list this case along with appeal बताइए, नंबर बताइए.
लिखा हुआ सर पिटीशन में लिखा हुआ.
नंबर तो आपको मालूम होगा.
हाँ नहीं मालूम.
पढ़ा होगा ना.
नहीं मालूम.
हाँ. तरीके की बहस कब से होने लगी इस हाई कोर्ट में? लिखा होगा.
नहीं लिखा है, मैं बता रहा हूँ.
लिखा है तो नंबर बताइए.
हाँ. FA 69 of 2009.
FA 69 of 2009.
Serial number 54, Narendra Pal.
May it please your lordship. Your lordship, the petitioner's wife was rushed to the hospital. That is the government hospital Satna, and on an advanced stage of pregnancy. And one Dr. Neelam Singh was on duty and on 6/8/2014. She refused to attend the wife of the petitioner, and who consequently died. An FIR was registered on 15th of August 2014 against Dr. Neelam under section 304, your lordship. And Gram Panchayat of Mughar, where the petitioner is resident of, he is living in destitute poverty with 7 children, my lord. The Gram Panchayat on 15th of August recommended payment of compensation to the petitioner, your lordship. Because
ग्राम पंचायत थॉट्स में पेमेंट ऑर्डर कर सकती है.
Your lordship.
ग्राम पंचायत कर सकती है. किस प्रावधान में ग्राम पंचायत ने आदेश किए?
Your lordship.
Under which provision of law?
Your lordship.
ग्राम पंचायत directed to make payment for the negligence of the doctor, government doctor. पहले तो वो provision बताइए.
Your lordship, all I'm saying is Gram Panchayat recommended, because the
Under which provision of law Gram Panchayat made a recommendation?
Your lordship,
if there is no provision under the law,
right,
then how a recommendation can be made? Can Mr. Rohit Jain make a recommendation to the Union of India, though he is only a government advocate for state of Madhya Pradesh?
Your lordship, may I proceed with my arguments? Actually, I'm making a case in some other manner. If your lordship,
आप आराम से बहस करिए, बताइए.
Yes, your lordship. Your lordship, then the charge sheet was filed against against Dr. Neelam, and the petitioner, the CMHO. If may I invite your lordship's kind attention to annexure P10, that is at page number 41, your lordship. In this particular document, the chief medical and health officer gave a finding that चिकित्सीय लापरवाही पाए जाने के कारण अंतिम अनुशंसा and ordered it is on the first para, second last line, चिकित्सीय लापरवाही पाए जाने के कारण. It is a clear finding that it is due to the negligence of Dr. Neelam, that is the private respondent in the present petition, and an interim compensation of 1 lakh rupees was paid to the petitioner. Now, Your Lordship, the petitioner has moved from pillar to post.
What was the recommendation of the Human Rights Commission? Let us see that.
Your Lordship, the human
copy of the recommendation of the Human Rights Commission, in pursuance of which this amount of rupees 1 lakh was paid to you by the annexure P10.
Your Lordship, I apologize. The recommendation was not provided to me by by my client. Hence, that has not been filed. Actually, my client is absolutely illiterate. And
client तो illiterate है, वकील थोड़ा ना illiterate होता है.
Your
आपने
Lordship.
उससे मांगी थी क्या recommendation? स्वाभाविक सवाल है. This is a natural question which should arise in the mind of anybody who is preparing a case.
I understand, Your Lordship.
When a sum of rupees 1 lakh was paid to the petitioner in compliance of some of the recommendations of the State Human Rights Commission.
Right.
And where is that recommendation? Because what was the recommendation? What was the quantum fixed by the Human Rights Commission? That all is to be seen.
If Your Lordship wants,
nahi. Court does not need anything.
Right.
There is sufficient material to dismiss the petition.
Your Lordship, the petitioner is living in destitute poverty with 7 children.
What can we do?
Your Lordship,
more than 40% population of this country is under poverty.
Yes, but the
Can that
petitioner is
be a
before Your
ground for
Lordship
grant of
just
compensation? What is law taught?
the law of tort. Your Lordship, may I invite Your Lordship?
Where the case is to be filed seeking compensation on account of negligence.
Your Lordship, may I invite Your Lordship's kind attention to the latest judgment of the Supreme Court that was passed in 2022, Volume 7. Your Lordship, I apologize. I just have a single copy, but I do have written this.
क्या है 2022 का Volume 7?
Yes, 2022, Volume 7, SCC, page number 203.
203.
Yes. In this, Your Lordship, the
Parties का नाम क्या है?
Sanjay Gupta versus State of UP.
क्या कहा है इसमें?
Your Lordship, if I may permitted to read out, it was held that where life and personal liberty have been violated, absence of any applicable statutory provision for compensation is of no consequence. Right to life guaranteed under Article 21 is most sacred right, preserved and protected under the Constitution, violation of which is always actionable, and there is no necessity for any statutory provision as such.
So what will happen to law of limitation? This incident took place in the year
2014, yes. Yes.
Now you are approaching this High Court after 8 years.
Yes, Your Lordship.
Now, law of limitation का पूरा एक्ट अमेंड हो गया है कि रिपील हो गया? नहीं, कुछ तो समझाना पड़ेगा ना आपको.
I bow down to your superior wisdom, Your Lordship. However, I also want to point out that I have been moving from pillar to post, and various
that will not revive limitation in your favor.
The last representation that I have, there are 3 representations that I have filed the last, and I have not been given any reply by the state authorities.
Is your representation under some statute?
No, Your Lordship. That's
how repeated representations will revive law of limitation in your favor.
A case was already. I have been requesting the district magistrate as well as the SP for forwarding this case for deciding the deciding the compensation amount, Your Lordship, final compensation amount. And in Annexure P11 are some of the representations that I have filed before the TMHO, the Human Rights Commission.
I will not show any indulgence by issuing directions to decide your representation, because that will amount to court showing indulgence and granting you extended limitation. You are required to stand on your own lips. Please show that how, for a cause of action which arose on 6/8/2014, a writ petition in which matter Human Rights Commission investigated the matter, made some recommendations. You received a sum of rupees 1 lakh on 7/1/2017. How this petition is maintainable at this distance of time?
Your Lordship, if Your Lordship permits, may I ask for a short adjournment and collect all these documents and then.
Shri Navtesh Singh Rupra. यही नाम है ना आपका?
Your Lordship, yes.
prays for time to prepare this case in a better manner, as he is not in a position to answer any of the queries of this court. Full stop. This court, next para, this court firstly asked him to point out from the report of the Human Rights Commission, in compliance of which Annexure P10 dated 7/1/2017 was issued by the Chief Medical and Health Officer, District Satna. Full stop. Said report is not on record. Next. This court also wanted to know that when said incident of death of petitioner's wife took place on 6/8/2014, compensation was paid by the authorities in terms of recommendations of the Human Rights Commission, while order dated 7/1/2017, then how law of limitation will help him in filing a writ petition in the year 2022 after lapse of more than 8 years of the initial incident and about 6 years after payment of compensation of rupees 1 lakh, which was readily accepted by the petitioner without any protest. Full stop. Shri Navtesh Singh's Rupra, since praised for time, he has though placed reliance on the judgment of Supreme Court in Sanjay Gupta and others versus State of Uttar Pradesh through its Chief Secretary and others 2022 bracket में 7 SCC 203, but is not in a position to explain that how this judgment will extend the law of limitation in his favor. Full stop. In view of such facts, on his request, 4 weeks' time is granted to prepare this case list for further hearing in the week commencing 28 November 2022.
Your Lordship, may I request, it is not compensation, it is interim compensation. Your
Whatever it is, चलिए देखेंगे.
Lordship. Obliged.
55 G.S. Mukherjee.
My lord, I am not challenging any specific order by way of this writ petition. My lord, only I am claiming damage from respondent number 527, my lord, because initially one incident took place in between petitioner and respondent number 527. 527 have assaulted this petitioner.
तो लीला भाई का सूट लगाइए वहां जाकर. यहाँ रिट में कैसे होगा? इधर से
माय लॉर्ड क्या है कि
मुखर्जी
जी माय लॉर्ड
bigger evidence के who assaulted whom, what was the extent of injury, what was the amount spent by you in treatment, and what is the extent of permanent disability, if any. These are all the matters which are required to be adjudicated before a trial court.
My lord, I have filed a session trial also. Judgment.
Session trial judgment is different. वो क्रिमिनल केस में है.
जी.
आपको जो पैसा चाहिए, पैसे के लिए आपको रिकवरी सूट लगाना पड़ेगा या दावा लगाना पड़ेगा लॉ ऑफ टॉर्ट्स में. क्या आजकल 250 रुपए कोर्ट फीस है रेट पर?
जी
तो 250 रुपए में इससे ज्यादा एडवाइस नहीं दी जा सकती आपको.
My lord, permanent disability, my lord, 40%.
रिट में मैं नहीं देखूंगा ये सब चीजें. रिट में नहीं देखेंगे. अगर आपकी बात मान ली जाए तो फिर जितने क्लेम केस होते हैं उनको फिर सीधे हाई कोर्ट में आना चाहिए. जरूरत ही नहीं है ट्राइब्यूनल में जाकर एविडेंस रीड करने की और सब करने की. और रिट में हम एविडेंस ले नहीं सकते. आप लोग यू आर मिसयूजिंग द फोरम ऑफ रिट ज्यूरिसडिक्शन. बताइए कितनी कॉस्ट पे खारिज करना है पिटीशन को? आपको वैसे समझ में नहीं आ रहा तो इसको कॉस्ट लगा के खारिज कर देते हैं.
नहीं, हम लगा देंगे माय लॉर्ड.
देखिएगा. श्री Soman Mukherjee, after arguing for some time, and when this court expressed that if petitioner has a remedy of filing a suit for damages and such complicated matters which require elaborate evidence cannot be adjudicated in summary writ jurisdiction of the High Court, prays for withdrawal of the writ petition. Same is dismissed. with the aforesaid liberty to approach the competent court of appropriate jurisdiction. चलिए
Serial number 56. Mukesh Kumar Gawal से उत्कृष्ट गवाल.
पेंडिंग एप्लीकेशन अपनी डिसाइड होनी है.
That's the only prayer.
लिखिएगा Utkarsh Agrawal, learned counsel for the petitioner. Petitioner's only grievance is that petitioner had made an application to the respondent state for issuance of appropriate arms license, but despite recommendations of the collector and superintendent of police of the MO, said application, though filed 6 years back, is still gathering dust and has not been decided by respondent number 1 and 2. Full stop. He prays for a direction to respondent number 1 and 2 to decide his application if not already decided. Next pair. Shri Rohit Jain, learned government advocate, has no objection to this innocuous prayer. Take it without commenting on merits. 15 दिन में petition copy of the petition along with the order और उसको अगले 60 दिन में decide करेंगे through a speaking order. This court has not expressed any opinion on the merits of the case.
I'm highly
Bharat Kumar Dubey.
Petitioner has filed this writ petition claiming a direction to the respondents to decide application moved by the petitioner for grant of permanent permit. Full stop. His petition can be disposed of without commenting on the merits or entitlement of the petitioner by directing respondent number 2 that in case petitioner moves a fresh application within 15 days, वही करके within further period of 30 days. This court has not expressed any opinion on the merits.
Serial number 58.
Same order.
Serial number 59.
पुस्तक की इसमें ऑलरेडी हमने वो किया हुआ था तो उन्होंने डिसाइड नहीं किया था.
हाँ ठीक है, वही तो डिसाइड करने के लिए कह दिया उनको.
फ्रेश रिप्रेजेंटेशन.
हाँ.
Serial number 59. Abhishek Gulati.
The only prayer in this petition is, my lord, that a direction may be issued for deciding my representation, my lord. This is annexure P6.
Payment of compensation.
My lord, land was acquired, my lord, but compensation was not being paid, my lord. So I made a representation to the commissioner, my lord.
Only grievance is that petitioner's land was acquired by the municipal corporation Riva without paying any compensation. Full stop. Petitioner has moved an application contained in annexure P6 claiming compensation, but that application is not decided by the authorities of the Commissioner Municipal Corporation Riva. Full stop. And this innocuous prayer is not opposed. वही ठीक है ना? 15 दिन 60 दिन. पूरी petition की कॉपी और सब फाइल करेंगे.
Serial number 60. Ajit Kumar Pathak की Ajit Bhomik.
Lordship, the second round litigation. The first round, Lordship, the order annexure P to pass the appropriate order, the writ number annexure P to Lordship 9482. Then the
matter क्या है?
मैटर है लॉर्डशिप कंपनसेशन का कि इन्होंने हमारे जमीन में उन्होंने पेड़ लगाया था, उसमें अपना टावर खींच के पानी करके पूरा खत्म कर दिया.
Lord, NTPC doesn't erect tower. Kindly see, the Power Grid Corporation is the party. It erects tower. We are NTPC. We only generate the electricity.
उसको notice issue कर देते हैं. Issue notice to respondent number 4.
I am only formal party.
On payment of PF by registered AD post within 7 days from today, returnable 4 weeks. Power Grid के लिए कोई represent नहीं कर रहा ना?
नहीं sir. Actually, it was dismissed in default in 2017. फिर ये restore हुआ था.
ठीक है, यही तो दिक्कत है.
I'm sorry. I'm for respondent number 1 in the
इसमें
60
में आपका शुभ नाम डाल दीजिएगा फॉर रिस्पॉन्ड नंबर 1.
Serial number 62, Sri Avinash Jargar, Sri Nikesh Kumar Yadav.
My lord, my humble prayer, that file is missing in the office. File is missing in the office in the valuations. So kindly grant of time.
जरगर साहब की फाइल ले लीजिए, उनको रिक्वेस्ट कर देंगे, आपसे फाइल शेयर कर लेंगे अपनी.
हाँ सर, कुछ
कितना पुराना मैटर है, 2018 का.
रिमांड
नहीं अगेंस्ट रिमांड 2018 से मैटर पड़ा हुआ है. शेल नॉट पास फाइनल जजमेंट. कब मिल जाएगी फाइल आपकी?
kindly grant 2 week time at least.
2 days टाइम लिखिएगा. श्री अविनाश जरगर, लर्नेड काउंसिल फॉर द अपीलेंट. श्री आपको शुभ नाम?
Ajay Chaturvedi.
Ajay Chaturvedi submits that his file is lost. He prays for 2 days time to retrieve his file.
My lord, it's 2 week time.
2 weeks. 2 weeks time to retrieve his file and argue this case. On his request, case is adjourned. Is reluctantly adjourned. List in the week commencing 14th November 2022 with clear stipulation that no further adjournment will be admissible.
Interim order will continue.
IR if any to continue.
Okay, my lord.
Serial number 63,
Your Lordship, in the present case, a vehicle has been seized in the year 2013 by the police station Bareilly, in which in the seizure it was found that 8 packets of goods, Rashi Gutka, was seized. Thereafter, the vehicle was released on Supratnama and the case was registered against the present applicant regarding the Gutka, which has been transferred either to the Food Adulteration Department or to the SDM for compliance. But the same was not decided till date, Your Lordship. As in the previous order sheet, as Your Lordship has directed on 18/10/19, to seek the instruction thereafter subsequently on 20/11/19 the instructions regarding the pendency of the case for the Gutka, which was
RTI में लगा के ले लीजिए जानकारी, आपको जो जानकारी चाहिए.
Your Lordship, it is pending since.
अरे it may be pending, but what is the cause of action? तो समझाइए तो हमको. अगर आपके खिलाफ कोई केस दर्ज हुआ, उसका स्टेटस आपको जानकारी नहीं दे रहे हैं अथॉरिटीज, आरटीआई में जाके जानकारी ले लीजिए.
Your Lordship,
आरटीआई में तो लिमिटेशन तो नहीं है ना 3 साल की.
No, Your Lordship.
जानकारी प्राप्त कर लीजिए. Why you are unnecessarily keeping this petition pending?
Your Lordship,
लिखिएगा. श्री Chalotre, learned counsel for the petitioner, after arguing for some time, is for withdrawal of this petition with liberty to move an appropriate application before the competent authority under the Right to Information Act to seek information as to the pendency or disposal of the case registered against the petition.
Your Lordship, as it was mentioned in the order sheet, Your Lordship, as in the return they had filed, they had only mentioned about the present applicant has sold the vehicle about the same. But
we are not concerned. We are not dealing with it. आपको तो मुकदमे की जानकारी चाहिए, स्टेटस की. आरटीआई में जाके ले लीजिए. चलिए.
अच्छा, Your Lordship.
शिवम चलोत्रे.
Serial number 54. PC
In this case, the petitioner is challenging the cancellation of the tender on the basis of rules which were notified after the issuance of the tender process. So, next step P1 are the rules which were floated, which are applicable. In these rules, the relevant are clause 5 and clause 5 which talks about the valuation, and clause 3
clause 5 on page.
The Hindi version is on clause.
Reply आ गया respondents का.
Yes, the reply is filed. The rejoinder has been filed.
क्या कहा आपने? बात के रूल से आप अमेंड कर सकते हैं.
But since there was only one contestant party, my lord, and my lord, there was a breach of rule 92 Kha of rules 2018, my lord.
टेंडर कब फ्लोट हुआ था? एनआईटी कब फ्लोट हुई थी? डेट बताइए.
Next up P3 page 80, my lord. 28/5/2018.
Page 80.
Lordship.
80.
80, my lord.
हाँ, ये 28/5/18 को हुई थी और ये न्यूज़ कब आया आपके?
Annexure P2 17/12/2018।
17/12, बस इतना सा बात बता दीजिए। बाद में एनआईटी के तारीख के बाद वाले नियम इस पे कैसे लागू होंगे? देखिएगा, श्री उत्तम माहेश्वरी लर्नेड काउंसिल फॉर द पिटिशनर श्रीमती स्वाति असीम जॉर्ज फॉर रिस्पोंडेंट नंबर 1 and 3। श्री आपका शुभ नाम बताइए।
अभिमन्यु सिंह।
अभिमन्यु सिंह फॉर रिस्पोंडेंट नंबर 2 and 3।
रिस्पोंडेंट नंबर 4 माय लॉर्ड।
सॉरी, रिस्पोंडेंट नंबर 4। अब मैडम का 2 के लिए भी डाल दीजिएगा, 1, 2 and 3।
I have filed an application for intervener lordship.
श्री, इनका शुभ नाम डाल के फॉर इंटरवीनर। नेक्स्ट पैरा, द ओनली क्वेश्चन व्हिच इज रेज्ड इन दिस केस इज दैट NIT was published on 28/5/2018, annexure P9, full stop. P9, P3, full stop. Rules were notified on 17 December 2018 as contained in annexure P2, full stop. Thus, the legal issue is that whether rules published in the year on 17 December 2018 will be retrospectively applicable to the NIT which was floated on 28/5/2018 or not. Full stop. Reply of respondent number 4 is silent on this aspect. Let respondent number 4 remain personally present to answer the queries of this court. List on 2nd November 2022. बुला लीजिए उनको।
IR में भी कंटिन्यू।
IR to continue.
Serial number 65, Ravindranath Chaturvedi.
Lordship, various opportunities have been granted to state to file reply, Lordship. But till date, various opportunities have been granted to state to file reply, Lordship.
Shri Ravindranath Chaturvedi, इनका डालिएगा by way of last indulgence 4 weeks time to file reply. List in the week commencing 5 December 2022.
Serial number 66.
This is the appeal against
66. Uttam Maheshwari is subdued to me.
There's an appeal against the order passed under the Employee State Insurance Act, my lord. The only point, annexure A1 is the order. On the same date, my lord, the learned court below was pleased to close my right to lead evidence, reject my application for calling of the documents, right to lead evidence, and on the same date, the case was rejected. Page 14 is the order. I'm only praying that one opportunity may kindly be granted.
कब से चल रहा था ये matter?
This matter is 2015, but this application was for evidence was case was fixed on 25/10/2018.
आवेदन पत्र संक्षेप आवेदक द्वारा 31/3/15 को इस न्यायालय के समक्ष कुछ दस्तावेजों की छाया प्रतियां प्रस्तुत की थी, जिनके असल अनावेदक के पास है। साक्ष्य के समय असल दस्तावेज आहूत किया जाना आवश्यक है। आवेदन पत्र के माध्यम से निवेदन है कि आवेदन पत्र में उल्लेखित 3 दस्तावेज अनावेदक से आहूत किए जाएं। प्रकरण का अवलोकन किया गया। प्रकरण सन 2015 से लंबित है। प्रकरण में आवेदक साक्ष्य प्रथम बार 25/10/18 नियत थी। उक्त दिनांक से आज दिनांक तक आवेदक के पक्ष में साक्ष्य हेतु कुल 12 आवेदक के चाहने पर स्थगन दिए गए हैं। प्रस्तुत आवेदन 2018 में पेश किया जा सकता था, परंतु आवेदन पत्र अत्यधिक विलंब से प्रस्तुत किया गया। क्या गलत है इसमें?
The first submission would be that from the evidence and affidavit was filed on 22/9/2019. It was already placed on record.
नहीं, अरे भाई, when did you file this application calling for original documents?
Lordship, उसके बाद में केस खारिज भी कर दिया। That is a difficulty.
अच्छा किया।
That is a difficulty because of this.
क्या कर सकते हैं?
I'm only saying that not only my application was rejected, my appeal was my right to evidence was also closed. Though there was no
इसमें 12 बार आवेदक के चाहने पर स्थगन दिए गए।
That also includes the COVID period, my lord.
क्या कर सकते?
During the COVID period, the evidences were not being recorded.
ऐसा कहाँ लिखा? बताइए, डेट्स बताइए, ऑर्डर शीट बताइए कि वो कोविड पीरियड में कितनी डेट्स लगी, कोविड के पहले कितनी लगी, बाद में कितनी लगी।
So the matter was fixed.
Mr. Counsel, when I am asking you, please give me the dates, because you have raised an argument that इन 12 बार में से काफी सारी डेट्स कोविड पीरियड में लगी।
Lordship, the matter was fixed from in 2020 on 21st February 2020
कोविड नहीं था, 21 फरवरी 2020 को कोविड नहीं था।
So Lordship, 21 अप्रैल 2020, 22 जून 2020, 10 जुलाई 2020, 13/8/2020, 21/9/2020,
13/8/2020 में भी कोविड खत्म हो गया था। सेकेंड वेव आई है अप्रैल 2021 में।
Lordship, in 2021, 22/4/2021, 25/6/2021, 10/8/2021, 22/9/2021, 12/11/2021.
वो भी जुलाई में खत्म हो गया, जून में कोविड।
So Lordship,
काम ही नहीं करना चाहते।
Lordship, I'm
ठीक है,
thinking,
I'll pass order. Chinese.
Lordship, because of this, the coverage will be held applicable upon me.
हाँ ठीक है ना।
And the second part is that the court below should have examined that the aspect which was in the pleadings, at least in the pleadings, I raised a singular legal issue that the employee, the definition of wages has been, and that is page 20 of my statement of my appeal. And that Honorable Supreme Court has clarified what is
Page
the
20 में क्या कहा है सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने?
I have quoted the judgment of Honorable Supreme Court, Lordship. Now they are they say the word wages has been omitted to so I have quoted the relevant text in my memo of appeal, what Honorable Supreme Court has said, and now what they're relying is on the ESI manual for purposes of coverage.
1 लाख कॉस्ट लगा के रिमांड कर देते हैं लास्ट अपॉर्चुनिटी देने के लिए, उससे कम में तो होगा नहीं।
So that will be so it's only a small establishment engaging around 20 employees. Matter pertains to
हाँ ठीक है, 20 एम्प्लॉइज जो एस्टेब्लिशमेंट रख सकता है, मिनिमम वेजेस से भी देखें तो वो करीब 2 लाख रुपए की तो वेजेस दे रहा है पर मंथ की। 1 लाख रुपए कॉस्ट क्या होता है? फॉर योर लिथार्जी, फॉर योर नॉट कोऑपरेटिंग विद द अथॉरिटी, 1 लाख रुपीस कॉस्ट इज नथिंग, पीनट्स। 2 लाख रुपए का तो आपका वेजेस का बिल होगा, साल का 24 लाख रुपए हो गया।
अच्छा,
तो टर्नओवर कितना होगा? वेजेस का कंपोनेंट 10% भी मान ले, 2.5 करोड़ का टर्नओवर हो गया आपका।
अच्छा, but ESI contribution तो 0.75% रहता है सर।
वो जो भी रहता है कंट्रीब्यूशन से, वी आर नॉट कंसर्न्ड विद द कंट्रीब्यूशन।
उसी का तो केस था सर। Actually the reason is that on that particular date there was none for the respondent.
There is no bargaining. If you want that this matter should go back to the authority with one last single opportunity to lead evidence, subject to payment of cost of rupees 1 lakh,
I'll seek instructions from the client.
नहीं instructions लेके आना चाहिए था, नहीं तो कुछ है नहीं इसमें।
अच्छा, उस दिन
हम क्या कर सकते हैं? खारिज कर देते हैं इसको, हर्ड डिसमिस। 1 लाख रुपए कॉस्ट आपको ऑफर दिया आपको।
स्मॉल एस्टैब्लिशमेंट
बता तो दिया मैंने, स्मॉल एस्टैब्लिशमेंट का पूरा आपको गणित बता दिया।
I go down, but that will be very cumbersome for the.
ठीक है,
it might lead to closure of the. It might lead to closure of the firm. That's why I cannot agree.
आपको बोल तो रहे हैं, आपको समय दे तो रहे हैं 1 लाख रुपए कॉस्ट पर। जाइए वहां 1 लाख रुपए कॉस्ट जमा कराइए। बता दीजिए लंच में।
Serial number 61.
In this matter, today only I have received the additional reply.
Yes, Malaj, we have filed additional reply.
Shri Sarthak Nema, learned counsel for the petitioner. Shri Ayur Jain.
Yes, Malaj.
Learned counsel for respondent number 3. Next, Shri Nema submits that today only he has received additional reply. Praise for time to file additional rejoinder. Full stop. He is granted 2 weeks time to do the needful list after 2 weeks.
Obliged.
Serial number 68. Is that
Lordship, I am praying for next week.
क्या हो गया?
Lordship, senior will argue this case and he is not.
Shri Dheeraj Tiwari prays for adjournment. नहीं आया क्या सीनियर राजकोट में?
Lordship, he was present but now he is not.
देखिएगा, prays for adjournment on his request. Case is adjourned list after 4 weeks.
All right.
serial number 69. This knowledge work.
My lord, in this petition, the respondents are not giving the maturity amount of the policy which was taken by the
Petitioner's only grievance is that she has made a representation to the authority of respondent who was not paying the maturity amount of the policy which was obtained by the petitioner. Full stop. Petitioner's representation as contained in annexure P6 is pending before the authorities since 9/3/2020. P6 and P7 is pending before the authorities of the respondent, and they have not taken any action to decide such said representation. Full stop. 15 दिन 2 महीने 15 दिन 30 दिन कर दीजिए, तो 15 दिन में फ्रेश रिप्रेजेंटेशन along with the copy of the order, और 2 महीने में वो डिसाइड करेंगे, तो 30 days में डिसाइड करेंगे through a speaking order under communication to the petitioner if not already decided. चलिए.
Serial number 70.
Oh, bless.
K. Pandey.
Lords, this is my lord. I have given its application to the collector. The matter is pending before collector. Then we are seeking permission to liberty to before collector. Approach before collector.
इसको withdraw करना है. Shri K. Pandey, learned counsel for the petitioner. Shri Brian De Silva, learned senior advocate, assisted by Shri Abhijit Avasthi. For the respondent number?
My lord, respondent.
They are not the respondent. They are
respondent number 5, man.
Respondent number 5.
Yes, ma'am.
Respondent number 5. Piyush Bhatnagar, learned counsel for.
Six, man. I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry.
I just want to make one submission. Look, our contention is this, my lord, the collector has no jurisdiction in the matter. Matter has already been settled by the civil court, my lord. And yes, my lord, that can be the same, if that is also.
Piyush Bhatnagar, learned panel lawyer for state. Next para. Learned counsel for the petitioner prays for withdrawal of this petition with liberty to agitate his issue before the collector. कहाँ के collector? Jabalpur. Next para. Shri Brian De Silva, learned senior advocate, has serious objection to this submission. He submits that petition is not maintainable. Matter was already adjudicated by the competent civil court. Full stop. There is a judgment and decree against the petitioner.
Yes, confirmed by this honorable court.
Confirmed by the High Court, and therefore collector has no jurisdiction to entertain any application moved on behalf of the petitioner. Full stop. Petitioner has only remedy of challenging the orders of the High Court in appropriate.
My lord, my objection is like this, my lord. That there is no suit filed by the respondent. That suit filed by someone else. Neither they file in WS.
आप पार्टी थे उस सूट में नहीं थे.
In suit, we are the party.
उसमें आपके खिलाफ डिसाइड हुआ नहीं हुआ.
हमारे खिलाफ सर, हमारे खिलाफ नहीं हो सकता. Suit has been dismissed.
Suit has been dismissed.
Yes.
सूट आपके खिलाफ फाइल हुआ था कि आपने?
हमारे खिलाफ फाइल हुआ. They are the Sarvakra.
जाके वहां देखिए. Next para. As far as withdrawal of the writ petition is concerned, that is the discretion of the petitioner. Full stop. As far as jurisdiction of collector or any other authority is concerned, that cannot be examined when prayer is made to withdraw the writ petition. Full stop. Petitioner is allowed to withdraw his petition as he is the dominus litis.
Serial number 71. Chandrika Prasad Dwivedi.
Petitioner purchased the house or registered agreement 30/2005 P1 lordship. Legal encroachment respondent number 8. हमने परचेज किया था हाउस 2005 में लीगल रजिस्टर्ड एग्रीमेंट के द्वारा, लेकिन सन ऑफ दी
एग्रीमेंट से परचेज हो जाता है क्या?
लॉर्डशिप नजूल की जमीन थी.
अच्छा ठीक है, किया होगा आपने. फिर क्या होगा?
उसमें हमने हमारे नाम नगर निगम में चढ़ गया, उसकी पावती है P2 लॉर्डशिप. अब वो डिस्पाइन नंबर 8 वो जबरदस्ती कब्जा कर रहा है.
आजकल सिविल कोर्ट बंद हो गया.
लॉर्डशिप हमारा
दावा लगाइए ना.
यस लेकिन हमारा रिप्रेजेंटेशन पेंडिंग है लॉर्डशिप P4
से कुछ नहीं होगा. आपको अगर कोई व्यक्ति आपकी संपत्ति में अनाधिकृत रूप से दखलंदाजी कर रहा है, आप लगाइए सूट फॉर इंजंक्शन लगाइए. आजकल हम ये देख रहे हैं कि सिविल कोर्ट की सारी प्रोसीडिंग्स को बाईपास करने का प्रयास चलता है, या तो उसको क्रिमिनल बना दिया जाता है या रिट में आ जाते हैं आप लोग. करिए, ठीक है. शुभ नाम बताइए आप.
सीपी द्विवेदी.
श्री सीपी द्विवेदी. चंद्रिका प्रसाद.
यस यस.
चंद्रिका प्रसाद द्विवेदी, learned counsel for the petitioner. Shri Piyush Bhatnagar, learned panel lawyer for state. Trivedi prays for withdrawal of this petition with liberty to file appropriate civil proceedings seeking injunction against respondent number 8. The petition is dismissed as withdrawn.
Serial number 72, the RV Tiwari.
क्या है ये भटनागर जी?
Notices were issued to the contesting party is the Nagar Parishad. That is on number 2. So, certain amounts have been.
Admission में तो बताना पड़ेगा ना इनको. Even क्या है order?
Recovery and blacklisting.
इसमें तो arbitration clause होगी agreement में. None for the petitioner. Petitioner has not brought on record copy of the agreement which was allegedly executed between the petitioner and Chief Municipal Officer, Nagar Parishad Bakswaha, District Chhatarpur, in regard to construction of some shops at bus stand, 33 shops at the bus stand, for which work order was issued on 7/1/2016 to demonstrate as to whether there is any arbitration clause in the agreement or not. Full stop. Let copy of the agreement be brought on record by the petitioner within 2 lists thereafter.
Serial number 73, the Pankaj Dubey.
My lord, P9 is the impugned order. My hospital registration has been cancelled by the respondent contrary to the law without not providing the status.
Today I have also reply to the application also. Today I filed reply to introductory application.
क्या है reply आपका बताइए?
इसमें बताया ने claim किया parity में नहीं आ रहा सर. Others approach.
मेरे को कॉपी नहीं मिली my lord.
कॉपी दे दीजिए रिपोर्ट लिखिए. श्री पंकज दुबे के ऑफिस ने रिसीव की है कॉपी 14/10/2022 को.
नहीं सर, हमको नहीं.
साइन किसके देखिएगा. अगर इन्होंने फर्जी साइन बनाया तो इनके खिलाफ कार्रवाई की जाएगी. देखिए किसके साइन है ये आपके. नहीं क्या बाद में और रिप्लाई कोई फाइल हुआ है क्या?
हाँ सर, आज आइए का एक रिप्लाई फाइल किया है.
अच्छा चलिए इसका कॉपी दे दीजिए इनको.
सर
लेट कॉपी ऑफ रिप्लाई बी फाइल्ड सप्लाइड टू श्री अक्षय खंडेलवाल by learned government advocate Shri Shiv Kumar Srivastava. List next week. चलिए.
My lord, could it be early because could it be on early date, my lord?
चलो परसों छुट्टी है उसके बाद नेक्स्ट वीक चालू हो जाएगा. उससे अर्ली क्या हो सकता है बताइए आप.
I was praying for Monday.
प्लीज बताइए ना.
नहीं my lord, I was praying for Monday.
Serial number 74.
Respondents 1 and 2 filed an application under section 250 MPLRC. That was rejected by the Tehsildar. Against that, appeal was filed. Appeal was allowed. So the SDO directed eviction. Against that order, I preferred an appeal before the commissioner. Now, initially, my appeal was entertained and an interim order was passed. On one date, I could not appear. So the appeal was dismissed for want of prosecution. So I have filed an application for restoration. In that restoration application, my lord, initially my possession was protected by an interim order. But later, the commissioner has refused to protect the possession, saying that I am unnecessarily delaying the proceedings. Now let me see the order sheets. Starts from page 10. This is the first date, my lord, at page 10. The appeal was entertained. Then other dates also, my lord, I have appeared. My lords, come to page 12. The order sheet is 30th March 2021. My presence is marked. Then the other date, my lord, was 17/9/21. I appeared, my lord. My presence is marked. Next page. On 7/10/21, this is the date on which I could not appear, my lord. So on the next date, that is 18/1/22, the appeal was dismissed for want of prosecution. Now I have filed an application for restoration. My lords may see page 14. Initially, my lord, the application is entertained and an interim order is passed in my favor that I be not dispossessed. And the impugned order is at page 15. My lords may see this is 13/9/2022. If my lord permits, I'll read this, my lord. The last paragraph.
भारत को क्या हुआ?
But the case had been adjourned because this
डेट लगी है.
The date, so I am not aware.
डेट पूछ के बता दीजिए, कर देते हैं इसको. Parties will maintain a status quo subject to the condition that on the next date you will appear and argue this appeal on marriage.
जी.
बता दीजिए डेट पूछ के.
अभी लंच
में रख लीजिए.
Serial number 75. Serial number 75.
None for the petitioner. The case was mentioned for out of turn hearing. Full stop. As nobody is appearing for the petitioner, case is adjourned. List after 4 weeks. Chaliye time.
Serial number 76. Kapil Sharma.
मैंने ट्रेन for next week में.
Madam का नाम डालिएगा. Ms. Divya Malvi prays for adjournment. On her request, case is adjourned. List after 4 weeks.
Serial number 77. Rakesh Kumar Jain, Anil Kumar Tiwari.
Record आ गया.
Record again. Let's say it is a case of the employment of the insured vehicle. And second, let's say it is a case of the breach of the condition of insurance policy. Owner and driver participated in the proceeding, but they did not fill the copy of the driver license. Let's say kindly see the FIR exhibit P1. P2P.
जी,
मैं उपरोक्त पते पर रहता हूँ, खासकारी करता हूँ। आज दिनांक 12/12/19 के सुबह करीब 6 बजे मेरे गांव के दिनेश मालवी ने फोन से बताया कि तुम्हारा भतीजा बबलू लोधी का सुनील के खेत के पास में रोड किनारे उसका एक्सीडेंट होकर मर गया है। तब मैं ग्राम मेंढकी रतनपुर के बीच में सुनील लोधी के खेत किनारे में जाकर देखा तो मेरा भतीजा बबलू की मोटरसाइकिल को किसी अज्ञात वाहन चालक ने टक्कर मार देने से मेरे भतीजे को सिर और दाहिने हाथ और सुन चोट आई, उसकी डेथ हो गई। The अपराध विवरण पार्ट में दैट इज एग्जिबिट D1 जी। इसमें जो है जवाहर सिंह के सिग्नेचर्स हैं जी और अज्ञात वाहन है। D2 अपराध मृत्यु का पंजीकरण।
गाड़ी का नंबर कहाँ से आ गया? गाड़ी का नंबर कहाँ से आ गया?
47 दिन बाद में इम्प्लांट की गई, ऐसा हमारा कहना है।
किसकी एविडेंस कराई इन्होंने?
PW2 की कराई है फूल सिंह, आई विटनेस।
फूल सिंह को पढ़ते हैं भला, क्या कहते हैं फूल सिंह लोधी?
यह कि मृतक बबलू मेरे गांव का है, उसे मैं जानता था। यह कि घटना दिनांक को मैं और मेरे साथ भीकम सिंह एवं लक्ष्मण सिंह मोटरसाइकिल से मेंढकी से रतनपुर जा रहे थे। यह कि रास्ते में सुनील के खेत के पास सामने से आ रहे बबलू की मोटरसाइकिल कार नंबर ने के चालक ने तेजी और लापरवाही से टक्कर मार दी, इससे उसे चोट आई और मृत हो गया। यह कि हमने कार का पीछा किया, कार रतनपुर पास रोक ली। हमने कहा कि टक्कर मारकर भाग रहा, तभी गांव के लोग आने लगे तो कार ड्राइवर डर के मारे भाग गया। हमने रोकने की कोशिश तो नहीं रोका, भाग गया। घटना के संबंध में थाना सांची में बताया था। क्रॉस एग्जामिनेशन पैरा 6 मैं खेती किसानी का काम करता हूँ। मैं मृतक लोधी बबलू लोधी को जानता हूँ। ये बात सही है कि मैं और मृतक बबलू लोधी दोनों एक ही ग्राम मेडिकी के निवासी। यह बात भी सही है कि मैं भी लोधी समाज का हूँ और मृतक भी लोधी समाज का था। लेकिन
जवाहर सिंह एग्जामिन हुए इस केस में?
बड़ा
जवाहर सिंह एग्जामिन हुए?
नहीं,
जवाहर सिंह एग्जामिन नहीं हुए।
नहीं।
फिर उसकी माँ एग्जामिन हुई है मृतक की?
हाँ, मृतक की माँ।
वो क्या कहती है?
वो कहती है कि हमको जो जानकारी है, कलाबाई है।
कहाँ से जानकारी प्राप्त हुई कलाबाई को?
पैरा 12 ये कहना गलत है।
एक सेकंड। फूल सिंह ने बताई थी, फूल सिंह ने इसको जानकारी दी थी, ऐसा कहती है।
ऐसा कहती है। पैरा 7 में कहती है सही है कि मैंने एक्सीडेंट हुए नहीं है, मुझे इस बात की जानकारी नहीं कि कैसे क्या हुआ था। फूल सिंह की क्रॉस एग्जामिनेशन पैरा 7 है, सॉरी पैरा 6 की तीसरी लाइन में दुर्घटना तिथि तक अपने खेत पर जा रहा था। दुर्घटना की तिथि मुझे याद नहीं। मेरे साथ लक्ष्मण सिंह और भीकम सिंह मोटरसाइकिल पर थे। घटना रात्रि 12 बजे की है। मैंने घटना की जानकारी जवाहर सिंह जो कि मृतक बबलू के चाचा को दी थी। मैंने वाहन का नंबर भी उसी दिन जवाहर सिंह को बता दिया था। इसके अलावा उनके परिवार में किसी को नहीं बताया। फिर कहा कि मैंने माँ को बताया, मृतक की माँ को बताया था। यह बात सही है कि मैंने घटना की रिपोर्ट नहीं की। यह कहना गलत थी, घटना की रिपोर्ट उसी दिन नहीं की थी। सत्य कहा कि पुलिस को हमने उसी दिन बता दिया था, लेकिन में कोई शिकायत नहीं थी। मैं मृतक के दाह संस्कार में गया था। सही है कि नक्शा पंचायत नामा
सब आ गया, 13वीं वगैरह सब अटेंड की है उन्होंने।
और 47
रिपोर्ट किसने लिखाई है?
रिपोर्ट लिखाई है जवाहर सिंह, D2।
जवाहर सिंह ने एग्जामिन नहीं।
सॉरी,
ट्राइब्यूनल कहाँ से इस कंक्लूजन पे पहुंच गया कि
क्योंकि इसने कहा है आई विटनेस
इन्होंने जवाब दावा दिया है 1 और 2 ने?
दिया है 1 और 2 ने। एग्जामिन नहीं हुए, जवाब दावा दिया।
क्या कहा उन्होंने?
उन्होंने कहा कि हमारी गाड़ी से एक्सीडेंट नहीं हुआ।
तो मैकेनिकल रिपोर्ट आई उस गाड़ी की?
नहीं,
वो गाड़ी सीज हुई होगी ना?
हाँ, गाड़ी सीज हुई है।
आपका इन्वेस्टिगेटर एग्जामिन हुआ?
इन्वेस्टिगेटर ऑफिसर नहीं हुआ है, ऑफिसर हमारा एग्जामिन हुआ है। उसने ये कहा कि जो डॉक्यूमेंट्स हमको मिले थे, जो इन्वेस्टिगेटर ने हमको प्रोवाइड कराए थे, एग्जिबिट D1 अपराध विवरण पर, एग्जिबिट D2 अपराध मृत्यु का पंजीकरण स्टेट और D3 स्टेटमेंट ऑफ जवाहर सिंह, इसके हिसाब से गाड़ी का इन्वॉल्वमेंट नहीं होता है। और जो फूल सिंह है वो पंचायतनामा है, उसमें भी उपस्थित है, उसके साइन भी है।
पंचायतनामे D1 पे? D2 पे साइन है फूल सिंह के?
हाँ। ये एग्जिबिट P5 भी है, इसमें भी इसके साइन है फूल सिंह।
जवाहर सिंह फूल सिंह के D2 पे कहाँ साइन?
नहीं सॉरी, एग्जिबिट P5 है।
P5
हाँ, पंचायतनामा मृत्यु जांच में उपस्थित होने के लिए आवेदन पत्र।
एक सेकंड
सर,
P5 फूल सिंह के साइन है।
5वें नंबर पे सर, फूल सिंह सनाम मनसाराम लोधी।
इसमें भी गाड़ी का नंबर नहीं?
गाड़ी का नंबर
ठीक है। अर्थ श्री राकेश जैन, Learned Counsel for the Insurance Company. None for the respondents, though name of the counsel is appearing in the cause list. Next pair. This appeal is filed by the insurance company being aggrieved of award dated 7/4/2022 passed by Learned Motor Accident Claims Tribunal Raisen in MACC number 34 of 2021 on the ground that it's a case of false implication of the offending vehicle bearing registration number MP04CA 8801 full stop. Next pair. is also submitted that no license, though respondent number, though non-applicant number 1 and 2 before the tribunal, that is the owner driver of the offending vehicle, appeared before the tribunal, but no license was produced to show that the vehicle in question was driven by a person having valid driving license. Next paragraph. वैलिड ड्राइविंग लाइसेंस में तो पेयर रिकवर हो जाएगा। हाँ। और फॉल्स इम्प्लीकेशन के बाद दोनों चीजें साथ साथ कैसे
नहीं, हमने दोनों इसलिए बताई कि जब लिखा रहे तो दोनों ले होना चाहिए।
नेक्स्ट पे the perusal of Shri Jain has drawn attention of this court to the FIR exhibit P2 which was registered at the instance of Pul Singh on 12/12/2019 at 11:10 hours under section 304-A IPC for an incident which took place about 6 a.m. to point out that accident had taken place from an unknown vehicle. Full stop. Thereafter, Shri Jain has taken this court through exhibit P5, which is Naksha Panchayatnama and dated 12/12/2019, and which contains signatures of applicant witness Pul Singh to point out that after 47 days of the incident, Pul Singh, who also happens to be a person belonging to the same community and caste, vehicle was falsely implicated. Full stop. It is submitted that respondents 1 and 2, non-applicant 1 and 2 had categorically denied factum of accident. Next paragraph. It is further submitted that exhibit D1 is the crime details form, and it clearly mentions that accident had taken place with unknown vehicle. It is signed by Jawahar Singh, uncle of the deceased and first informant, but Shri Jawahar Singh was not examined before the court of law. Full stop. Next paragraph. It is submitted that Pul Singh, applicant witness number 2, has deposed in para 6 of his cross-examination that he had given intimation to Jawahar Singh, uncle of the deceased, about the accident over phone. But the statements of Jawahar Singh were recorded under section 161 CRPC as contained in annexure D3 on 12/12/19, and he did not reveal this fact that either any information was given by Pul Singh to him or that number of the vehicle as is mentioned by Pul Singh was disclosed to him. Full stop. On the contrary, in exhibit D3, he has taken name of one Shri Dinesh Malvi as the informant about the death of his nephew Bablu. Next paragraph. Taking this court through all these documents, it is submitted that it's a case of false implication. Full stop. Thus, insurance company should be exonerated and claim petition should have been dismissed, but learned claims tribunal has overlooked all these aspects. अब लंच के बाद वहाँ चैम्बर में लिखा देंगे.
May I make a request, my lords? I apologize, my lords. In the next matter, we have I'm unable to trace the file, my lords. So if my lords can grant me
आगे बताइएगा. ये तरीका सही नहीं है आप लोगों का. फाइल 2012 के मैटर से आप फाइल ट्रेस नहीं कर पा रहे.
I apologize.
ये बताओ अब उसके बाद कौन से केसेस लेंगे? हाँ हो गया 15 मिनट के तो रिक्वेस्ट के बाद हो सकता है कि 3 बजे चला जाए कंटिन्यू चला दूंगा
इसको रेगुलर
चलेगी
नहीं तो रिक्वेस्ट कब लोगे? अच्छा 3 बजे रेगुलर है। अच्छा
नहीं पास हुई रिक्वेस्ट अरे 78 से चालू हो गए देखो पास हुआ है और क्या है बस के लिए पहले पास हुआ